Good afternoon, my name is Raymond Lafleur. I'm one of the directors of MASCOL, Multiple Academic and Skill Center of Learning. This afternoon I'm going to take you through our facility just to show you of all the different sections in our facility that we have available to our students. We are going to start right in front where I want to emphasize that our facility is also wheelchair friendly. That is for our people with disabilities. That is why we've got a ramp right in front. From here, I will take you through to our office in our reception area. This is our office area, which we currently also use as a reception area. In our office area, you will notice that we do also have a fire extinguisher, which is dated the 11th month 2021 to the 11th month 2022. Also, equipment in our office area is our desktop with our printer. We also have a filing cabinet. Then obviously we have what is very, very important is our summary of our Employment Equity Act and then our basic conditions of service. A copy of our OSH Act will be found in our Occupational Health and Safety Audit file, which is available to the students, which is also available to the workers in our office area. Also in our office area, you will also find a modem, which will of course be used for our unlimited internet access. This internet access will be available to our students as a student support mechanism. First aid box, which is also very, very important, can also be found in our office area. Note that in our first aid box, you will find a list of all the first aid equipment that is supposed to be in our first aid box. More importantly, in our occupational health and safety file, there will be a checklist which will be checked monthly, once every month, to show any deviations in our first aid box in order for us to know which equipment was used and which equipment to be reordered. Our office will also be the area where students can come and they can come with queries and complaints that they will have. From our office area, we are going to move into the hall section, which we are going to use as a secondary training venue in case our main training venue becomes too small. This is our main hall section. Our main hall section will be primarily used for lectures if we need to accommodate more than 16 students, which is our students that we want to accommodate in our lecture room at the back. In our main hall, you will see there's the chairs, obviously, that we're using during church services, but that can be used for training sessions. Obviously, we have our pulpit, which can be then accommodate our lecturer, which will be doing the lectures. We have a sound system in case we have a lot of students and sound need to be transformed over to the back of the church. Then also speakers, you will see speakers in the church section. What is more important is our occupational health and safety requirements that we have in the church section. Number one, we have our fire extinguishers, 3 of them, 1 by each specific exit. Obviously, then we also have our signages that indicate our escapes as per the SANS code 1186/5. Then also we have, of course, our alarm, which is a portable alarm which will be used during emergency evacuations. Next to our alarm, next to our door sections, you will also find our emergency evacuation plan. That is the plan that has been drawn to show, to indicate all our exits out of the wall. But more importantly, in our occupational health and safety file, you will find the emergency evacuation plan, which is a document which clearly indicates what is the procedure going to be should we have any emergency in our church hall. From our church hall section, I will now take you to our section where we will do our practical. Our practical will actually take place in our church hall section. Please also note, all over in our church hall, we have no smoking signs to indicate to students that this is a no smoking zone. Thank you very much. We are now in our practical section. Now, as you know, occupational health and safety is all about safety at the workplace. So, which means for the practical part of the course, the students will mostly do their practical at the workplace. However, first aid and fire is 2 of the very important courses that are included in the occupational health and safety course. And that is why I want to bring you to this section where, first of all, we are going to focus our attention to some of the equipment that we have to do our first aid training. Some of the equipment that we got there is, first of all, we've got our manicum for the males, adults, which is the instrument that we are using for our CPR on adults and young people. Then obviously we've got our small child, which we are using for CPR on our infants. Also, we've got our first aid kit. Obviously, we need to take our students through all of the first aid equipment in the first aid kit so that they are familiar with what is in the first aid kit. We also got our spine board. Now many of the time when people are doing first aid, they not specifically do first aid using the spine board, but as a professional in the industry for 32 years, I just feel that it is very important that the first aider should also know about the spine board, how to specifically do when we lock roll, how to specifically handle patients with spinal injuries. Together with the head blocks and the spine board, obviously you have your spider harness to secure your patient onto the spine, into the spine board. Then the next thing that we're going to focus our attention to is our fire equipment that we're going to use for fire training. There are different fire extinguishers that we are using for training, as you will know for yourself, which is first of all your CO2 fire extinguishers. Then obviously you get your DCP fire extinguishers. You obviously have many other fire extinguishers like your foam fire extinguisher, your water fire extinguisher, but we are just going to focus on these two. What we do not have here currently is obviously our lay flat hoses. Our lay flat hoses, as you know, are being used when it's connected to hydrants, but that we are not going to do with our students unless the students are from a facility where they are going to use lay flat hoses. So this will be our practical session where we will do all of our practical training for our first aid, and then secondly for our basic firefighting. Our computer lab section is the one section that we are very proud of. As you can see in our computer lab section, we do have our one desktop. We have currently one extra laptop. We plan to bring more laptops into our computer lab. What we plan with this section is, in the beginning, we plan to assist our students with the registration and with the admission process, because all of it needs to be done online. Then also we want to use it as a means to actually train our students how to actually use the LMS system, how to get onto the system, how to use the student portal, how to go into their portal, how to download documents. Many of our students might be students that do not have access to unlimited internet or Wi-Fi. So this will also be a means for the student to come to the center anytime during the day. There will be somebody here to assist them, to come here during the day, to come and download and to come and print their assignments and print their lecture material. And then also if they have any material to upload onto the system, they can also bring it to the center, and it will be done here at the center where somebody will assist them. Like I said, we actually really plan to make this computer lab one of the prides of Multiple Academics and Skill Center of Learning, because really we feel that our people really need this kind of assistance in order for them to stay in tune with times. Thank you very much. From here we are going to move to our Student Support Center. Our Student Support Room, let me call it a room at this moment now, is a section that we are going to use to assist our students with various issues that they might have. There might be students that have financial issues that they want to come and discuss with one of the directors, or there might be students that have issues with learning material or that they have issues in getting into the system, not knowing correctly how the system is working. So this will be the section where students will come, where they can have a one-on-one talk either with the director, they can have a one-on-one talk with their facilitator, they can have a one-on-one talk with the assessor or moderators, whoever they want to communicate with. They can just make an appointment, tell the person that they want to meet at the Student Support Center, and then they can come here and address the issues that they have, and then the issues can be discussed, and then we can help them assist them with whatever issues they have. This section also, we also plan to make it, to extend it quite big, and to have various people available here which can also deal with some of the other problems that students might come across during this time of study. It might not only be financial problems, but it can also be emotional problems that students are going through. There's a lot of things that students need assistance with, especially our young people just leaving school, that we can assist them with, and this is the section where we want to accomplish it. This section that we are in now will be known as our main lecture room. It will be used where we are going to do all of our lectures. The section can accommodate up to 25 students comfortably, where we adhere to all of the COVID-19 protocols. Also in this section, just as in our church hall, you will find that we've got 2 fire extinguishers, we've got our emergency evacuation procedure, we've got our portable alarm in the section, we've got our emergency exit signs that is on top of the doors. Also we do have 2 emergency exits which also provide a good ventilation. With the windows, it provides a good ventilation in the section. Our students will be trained mostly via our system of using a screen with our projector, which means we are not really going to use the whiteboard, writing on the whiteboard. We are mostly going to make use of the projector and the screen that we have available in the center, in the section that we have here. Also in this section, we also have facilities for the students where during break time they can make themselves a cup of coffee, where they can even during break time or while waiting on lecturers, they can have their own discussions about lectures or stuff that they do not understand. That is why we want to make this a very informal section, although it is our main lecture section. Thank you very much. Please allow me to just show you our toilet facilities that we have for our wheelchair patients with disability. Of course, this toilet facility is for males and females because it will only be used by people with disabilities. Behind the toilet door, we have, of course, a washroom check sheet, which are being checked, the toilets are being checked hourly as per occupational health and safety compliance requirements. It will be done by the cleaner that is cleaning the facility, and the cleaner will every hour check the toilet facility, sign on it, and then after 3 hours, every 3 hours, a supervisor will then come and check whether the toilet has been checked for 3 hours.
Finally, on the outside of our main building, we will find first of all the toilet facilities for the males, and then secondly the toilet facilities for the females. Here we will follow the same protocol as for the toilet facilities inside for the people with disabilities. The toilets will be cleaned every hour. The cleaner will sign the form that is at the back of the door. After 3 hours, the supervisor will come, check whether the 3-hour cleaning has been done, and then also co-sign the form. At the front gate, right in front of the main hall, we will find the emergency assembly point. This is where all the students will evacuate to if there is any emergency, either in the church hall or in the main lecture room at the back. Here at the emergency assembly point, we will do all our roll calls and follow all protocols as per the building emergency evacuation plan that can be found in our occupational health and safety audit file. Thank you very much.